What's up, guys? This will be night number 2 of live streaming the next record. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens. How you guys doing? This is some of what we did last night. I'll kind of play some of it for you where we left off. It's more of a concept than anything else, but we'll see. That's how it starts. Weird ass sounds. That's weird. That doesn't sound good. Sounds fucked up. What's up with my tape machine? So that's pretty much the vibe we were kind of getting at yesterday. I'm gonna pull like a Mr. Rogers. I kind of feel like Mr. Rogers right now. I want to put my shoes on, and it's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. You know, you can't really get shit done without shoes on. That's my theory. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. Happy Saturday. What you you guys up to? It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. Good evening, Scott. How you doing, man? Thanks for joining. I'm gonna try to make this a regular thing. Since I got genocided from Instagram by the Instagrabblers, I'm gonna be probably hanging out here more. I'd like to at least do a stream every night if I can. We'll see if I can stick to it. Doing my Mr. Rogers thing, put my shoes on. You really have to have your shoes on to get shit done, at least for me. I'm not really like I work from home, and I realized I kind of did the no pants thing for a while, and it didn't work. You know, I realized that I actually did not work very well with no pants or no shoes. So I really don't recommend no pants or no shoes when you're in a situation where you got to work from home. So it's not a good idea. All right. So I don't know. I don't know if we're gonna keep any of that or not. We'll see. Man, it's kind of tricky. Because I really want to. I like the drum beat we were getting last night, but this shitty drum machine, it really can only do like one phrase at a time, and I want to be able to do like a A-B section thing, and it can't really do that. So I'm probably gotta either go rent another like a different drum machine, or possibly do some stuff on the computer. I don't want to do stuff on the computer because I try to stay away from it as much as I can. I'm more creative without a computer, but might be messing around with some stuff, so we'll see. Where to start tonight? Let's see. Let's close this thing up. I also think this song would be nice with bass, with like actual bass. So I think we're gonna get the pedal board going tonight, which I've got right down here. I like to keep the pedal board like not on the floor. That way I can like get to stuff when I'm recording, at least. So get it all plugged up here. We'll kind of keep the vibes going though. test some bass out. Let's try out some bass. All right. Clean it off here a little bit. Ooh, shit. All right. You guys doing all right tonight? You can see me all right. All right, I'm gonna try some. Let's make sure we're all piped in. Make sure we're tuned up. What key are we in on this? Bow. All right. So we're gonna pump this into track. We're gonna go with it. Let's do track 3. Track 3, we're going to go 3 to the nice pre, from the nice pre to the compressor. Patch this shit in from the compressor into channel 3 of the tape machine. So I know I'll be speaking Chinese to some of you guys. That's okay. You learn something new every day. So I've got a patch bay over here. And patch bay is designed, here's what a patch bay is for. If I didn't have this patch bay, I'd have to be crawling behind all this shit all the time and like there's just a mess of like stuff back there. I'd have to be crawling behind there, unplugging and plugging in shit over and over again. So patch bay is nice because I've just got everything wired into this patch bay, and then it's almost like I don't know, like I Love Lucy, or it's almost like I Love Lucy or Andy Griffith, where you've got like the telephone operators. It's the same exact fucking thing where like I'm patching Betsy Sue to to whatever Ricky Ricardo, and I'm like patching them. I'm letting them talk to each other. So with this shit, I've got my bass is plugged into channel 3 down here on these little mic cables. This, if I do that, it's just actually piped to go straight into my channel 3 of my tape machine, which is nice. But since I'm doing bass, I like to add a little special sauce to the bass. So I plug it into 3, And then I've got these little guys up here, which this is the Ricky Ricardo shit I'm talking about, where like I can like someone's calling in and I can hatch it into someone else. It's literally the exact same thing as what you've seen in like old movies and shit, where there's an operator that's like patching shit over. So I'm taking the bass from channel 3 and I'm sending it to my really nice preamp that gives my bass like special magic sauce. I'm putting it in there, and then I'm taking it out of like the signal that comes out of the special sauce preamp over to my compressor, which adds even more, just kind of, I don't know, just kind of beefs up the bass a lot. And then I'm taking it out of the compressor, right the hell back into the tape machine, and then it's going there. So I'm hitting like two other things before I'm going back into the tape machine. I know I'm speaking Chinese, but that's like when you see me like doing that shit, I don't want you guys to be confused. Like that's what's happening. I'm like making some of my shit talk to each other. So and when so I've got my preamps up here. I only have two nice preamps. Like I don't have like some magical insane setup here. Like I've got these two pre's right here, the same exact pre's. There's just two of them, and then I've got this. You can't really see it. I feel like moving this other synth shit out of the way, but down here I've got the compressor, so that kind of helps me beef up the bass a bit and give it like a nice punchy vibe. So yeah, that's what's going on. When you see me like patching shit or you hear me talking about that, like that's what the hell is happening. You learn something new every day, guys. So yeah, that's what's going on. So we're gonna see if we can get ourselves a bass signal. Let's see what's going on here. We're going into that. Checking on my pedals, making sure that shit's hooked up right, which I think it is. All right, let's just test our raw signal here. Pump up channel 3. Chord channel 3. Just for good measure, I'm going to plug it straight into the DI, so I don't have to worry about the pedals. Yeah, we're getting something here. That's nice. What's up, Blungo Bear? How you doing, man? Outdoor enthusiastic. Good to see you, man. Thanks for joining. So we're getting something in there. Let's pipe this shit. No wonder. Got to turn my pre's on. It's like the one thing I don't have switched on back here. All right. Woo! That's hot. That's real hot. Super hot. Bass, dude. I love playing bass. I've never really I've never been a bass player really until a few years ago. But dude, I'm like way better at bass than I am like a lot of things that I've just picked up recently in the past few years, past 5 or 6 years. All right. All right, we're gonna bypass this. Gotta do a little bit of juggling here. Patching with the patchy cables. All right. How are you on drums? Yeah, man, I mean, you can hear my drumming on like the latest record, Welcome to Flat Earth, and I'm like very mediocre drummer, but my good production skills make up for it. So a lot of the stuff I'm like writing drum parts as I go, and it takes me like 20 takes to get the take because I'm recording straight to tape. But so like 20 takes in, I'll get a take that's good enough. I could probably use a better drummer, but at the same time, I like being able to just like write songs on the fly very quickly. And so I know a lot of great drummers. It's just all the drummers that I know in Austin, you know, cost a lot of money. So yeah. That's cool. Where is that coming from? It's not even a tech. When I touch my pedal, I just hear random shit. Yeah. Yeah, it is hard to find good drummers. To me, my problem with a lot of drummers that I met in Austin, like there's a lot of skilled drummers. But to me, like I, to me, having somebody who knows how to hit it really hard is more important than finding someone who's skilled. Like I find a lot of people who are like super skilled at drums and like are very skilled, but they don't hit it like a fucking man. That's what I like. Like hitting it hard covers a multitude of sins. All right, this thing. Oh, no wonder it's freaking out. Let's see here. So this is a 1979 PJ bass, like a Fender PJ bass. Dude, I love this bass, but I should have just got a P bass because just like a freaking this jazz pickup sucks, man. It sounds like balls. So the P pickup, these precision pickups here sound freaking awesome, but everything else sounds, this other stuff back here sounds like garbage. Yeah, I like the palm muted sound. I don't do it on everything that I do, but on a lot of it, man. I'm like a huge fan of the. It's like one of my favorite sounds. It's definitely part of my sound. My sound. That's a gay thing to say though. All right, let's figure out this pre real quick. So, woo, no, oh no. Woo. That's hot. That's a hot mic. Let's turn that down Boingo Bear. Dude, thanks for hanging out tonight, man. This will be fun. I'm just kind of sound checking this stuff, making sure my levels are right. So I've got this meter that I'm looking at, just so you know what the hell I'm doing. I've got this meter on channel 3 that I want it to be like almost hitting the red, but not hanging out in the red. That's the goal. So I'm just kind of sound checking it, getting things, getting things where they make sense. So. Just tweaking and tweaking and tweaking until it's right. It's a hell of a hum, though. Oh, that's what it is. Dude, I was thinking that last night, too. It's the ground. Maybe? No. There we go. Yeah, it's the ground. That was insane. Loud but not distorted. Yeah. I don't mind. I do distort it sometimes. It just depends on the vibe of the song. Howdy, Ty. How's your brother? Dude, he's good, man. We hung out today. We had steak today and just hung out. Him and his buddy and his wife came over and hung out. don't tell anyone, but he's not supposed to be off the base. He's out of basic training, but he's in some kind of technical training, and they get the weekends off every once in a while. He's not supposed to leave San Antonio, but he left and came up here to hang out. Beers and steaks. Yeah, we did have beer. We had beers, steaks, and dude, my wife makes this insane corn dip. It sounds kind of weird, but like, dude, corn dip. So Fritos and corn dip. It's like this cheesy corny dip of magicness. My wife just hollered at me to turn my bass down. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if Emily does the same. We'll see. Hey, thanks, dude. Yeah, I love this Fender. I got a pretty good deal on it. I mean, relatively. I probably overpaid for some of the stuff that I have, but this is a 1979 PJ bass, so it's got the J and the P pickups and stuff. I was just talking to people about how the J on these are a total joke. They are. But the P, I just hang out on the P, man. That's all I need. Just got a P. All right. That's a pretty good... It's a pretty good signal. So now I'm going to pipe it into the... I'm going to add some compression to it just to kind of... The compression is going to bring out some of the subtle stuff, and it's going to just give it more sustain and kind of beef it up a little bit. I don't put a ton of compression. Compression is kind of a dangerous thing to do, but I'm still going to pipe it in here. now, so all I'm going to do now is pipe in my pedal board so I can maybe play with some other stuff if I want to. I may not. A lot of times I just go with the clean sound, man. Just the straight up sound is so good. Where you at? Where you at? What you guys up to? Looked at a 1979 Fender Stratocaster 10 years ago. Sunburst. Nice. Hurricane Bear. Yeah. Those old Fender Strats are freaking awesome. I just sold one of my Fender Strats because I just kind of had a shitty one. I want to eventually just get a better one. I had like just a piece of shit Mexican one. Hey, what's up, Foo Bear? How you doing, man? Had steaks and beers with my bro last night in Victoria. That's awesome, man. That's where it's at. That's what life's all about. Z Beeb says he's a Western chauvinist. Good for you, man. West is the best. Hurricane Bear, awesome having brothers. Yeah, dude. I've got 2 brothers. I'm the oldest of 3, and it's great. He's greatness. All right, I'm not getting this piped in. Let's see here. All right, might be my tuner. I have like the freaking oldest tuner known to man. That's alright. I think I'm in tune anyway. Let's just make sure I'm in tune and I'll ditch the tuner. I tune all my guitars down a half step too. Kind of makes for a better vibe. A lot of my songs are in flat keys like E flat, A flat. Shit like that. There we go. Sweet. Yeah, a lot of my last record, I would do this like. I would do kind of a. What do you call it? Like a slapback vibe. Action Fitness, what's going on, dude? Let's turn this thing up. There we go. Yeah, I don't want that many repeats. So I just put like a slight slapback where it's just like, Tika! It's kind of a cool sound. Not quite that Can you hear that? Hey, it's good to have you here, Action Fitness. Hurricane Bear says, I got one older brother and glad I got two sons. That's awesome, man. They remind me of my brother and being best mates and also bashing each other. Yeah, dude, that's just fun. That's where it's at. Hopefully, you can add to the tribe. Just need to find the next victim. Yeah, yeah. I've got five daughters and I've got one baby on the way. So we'll see if I have a son. But I just got a boy dog, so that's the next best thing, I guess. All right, so that's kind of sound. That's just sound check, man. It's sounding good. It sounded freaking good. Sometimes I'll throw this. Let's see what I got here. This blue pedal here. It's called a full tone. I'll throw like a little bit of that on it. Sometimes just kind of beef it up. Kind of dirty it up a little bit. It's a really clean, punchy sound right now, but I can do kind of a. See, that's just like a little bit of grit. That's kind of nice. I can get straight up distortion though. That's more like no compression distortion. This is like compression-y distortion. I don't like that one. The one that I like I use this on, I've got a song called Red Pill. What's my Instagram account? I don't know how you say your name. Sug on these. I don't have an Instagram account anymore. It just got nuked after I don't know. After 5 years of running that account, they deleted it a couple days ago. The Instagramblers got it. I was go check out TyRiches.com and you can see the post that got me banned. I posted about Greta Thunberg, and I made I don't really have this set up for graphics right now. I mean, I can do it later. I'm just rocking this thing right now, but you can see this is what got me banned. I made this poster. I want you to listen to a little foreign retard girl. Yeah, that's what got me banned. Hurricane Bear says, wow, legend man, super congrats on expecting it. Thanks, dude. I love babies. So, I don't have any little warriors, but I have, I've heard someone refer to girls as warrior cloners or warrior clone machines. So, yeah, there's that. I've got that going on. If anyone needs their warriors cloned. They can use use kids as political weapons, but they're above criticism. Yeah, it's well. Another reason why I probably got banned was I talked about how Vox Day talks about this, and it's spot on. They're using the children as like human shields, and so you see this with gun control, the David Hogg retard, and the and Greta. And Greta's not the first. Like these aren't the first kids. They've been doing this for a long time, guys. It's insane. You can see like on Owen Benjamin's account and Pockets of the Future talks about it. Um, you know, these environmentalist kids have like been around since the 80s and 90s. Even they wheel out these kids and they're using them as human shields because if you criticize a kid, then you're a monster. But they're like equivalent to child soldiers. Like they're I don't know. It's they're being used as human shields. So Vox Day talked about this, and I kind of relayed the idea, and I think this is that image I showed you is one of the reasons I got banned. But I think the other reason was I reiterated the idea that if human shields are being used, like what's the appropriate way to deal with a human shield? The only appropriate way is to actually blow away the human shield, and so that they stop using human shields. If you cower to the human shield, then they're just going to keep using human shields, and you're actually creating more human shields. So, yeah, I think they didn't like that I said that. So, yeah, that's probably the real reason why I'm Instagrambled. Make a new one. Your Instagram streams were cool. Yeah, I still technically have one. I have like a private account that I had some family stuff on, like I am Ty Richards. But yeah, I don't know, man. I'm not a fan of like secret groups and shit like that. I'm like really over that. I don't like anonymous accounts. I like doing everything under my own name. And if I lose clients over it, if I lose jobs, I don't care, dude. I'm not gonna freaking lurk in the shadows. So I stand by what I say, and I put my name by what I say. And yeah, so be it. If somebody doesn't want to work with me or use me as a graphic designer or play with me as a musician, then fuck them. Like I don't, whatever. I stand by what I say. I'm not a fucking coward. Action Fitness says they use kids as political weapons, but they are above criticism. He says they can't make their own arguments. Yeah, especially the kids, dude. You've seen all these videos of like Greta talking to like they ask her specific questions, and she doesn't know anything. Most of the time she doesn't have an answer at all. She just says, "Can you talk to one of the other kids?" Blah blah. Yeah, whatever. Zachary Good says, "What happened to your Instagram, dude? I was gonna send you my band's new music video." Yeah, dude, it's gone. I've been genocided. I kind of just went over that. You can check back in the stream later. Fubar says, you're only allowed to attack children if you are Epstein or Planned Parenthood. Dude, that's very true. Yeah, they've got no problem with Epstein's, and they've got no problem with Planned Parenthood. If you literally murder 1 million babies a year, you're okay. But everyone else is going to get banned for life. Zachary says, digging the Eagles of Death Metal, one of my favorite bands. Yeah, I have now kind of have a love-hate relationship with this band. So I do love Eagles of Death Metal. I've met Jesse Hughes, and I like Queens of the Stone Age dude, Josh Homme, or Homie, whatever you say, however you say his name. He plays drums for them. I like that guy too a lot, but those guys have transformed into total pussies, though, just so you know. Like, I have a hard time listening to their music anymore because once you see, like, your heroes like crying on an Instagram post and apologizing about bullshit that they don't need to apologize about, I have a hard time respecting that. I don't respect them anymore. Like those guys are total pussies. And that's what you have to do if you want if you care about the lollipops and the fancy pants more than truth and more than your own children and more than things that are actually important, more than God, then that's what you're going to end up looking like. You're going to be fucking crying on your Instagram, apologizing. Because that's what you got to do to at least keep some of the lollipops and fancy pants. And that's what happened. With Josh Homme, it was he kicked a camera. So you're playing rock and roll and you just kick shit. That's part of rock and roll. Like Queens of the Stone Age, a Queens of the Stone Age concert. It's not a fucking Oprah episode. It's not like, dude, he kicks shit. That's like part of what rock and roll is. And so he kicked the camera. And oh God, the camera belonged to a girl and a woman, and I don't know, like the camera probably bounced off her face or something. Dude, that's just don't be standing and taking photos right there by his freaking feet. If you, dude, that's what rock and roll is. It's kicking shit and being aggressive. That's what it is. So. Women don't belong in rock and roll. Women don't belong in the military. Women don't belong in these places. And then when shit happens, the day after that happened, Josh Homme is freaking like crying on his Instagram, apologizing because he doesn't want to lose all his gigs. He doesn't want to lose all his fancy pants because this chick wrote a whole article about him and blah, blah, blah. Same thing with Jesse Hughes. His was even more of a pussy move. Because you could still kind of make the case, like, Josh Homme was, he like, injured a woman. I'm sure, like, she had, like, a scratch on the side of her head or something like that. Something that was nothing. You could at least make a case for that he needed to apologize. But, he's bawling. But Jesse Hughes, the Eagles of Death Metal dude, he made a post. Like a very, like, not even that hardcore of a post. It was something about gun control, and it was right after the David Hogg shit about a year and a half ago. Maybe even further, maybe even longer ago than that. But it was one of those, you've seen the meme with, like, the hand with all the pills on it, like pills that are hard to swallow. And it was just stuff about gun control. And there were so many, like, there was 2 or 3 or 4 articles written about him the next day covering that stuff. And so the next day, he's fucking crying on his Instagram, just like Josh Homme, about it. Because what happened was, like, he stands by that shit until his publicist or his agent or whoever comes to him, his booking agent, comes to him and says, hey, you need to make a statement about this. People are pretty mad. So if you don't make a public apology about this, then you're going to lose these gigs and this and this. I'm sure he lost the gigs anyway. That's the thing. Like, when you do shit like that, you're still going to lose the gigs. I'm sure he still lost a ton of gigs. So apologizing doesn't even help. Those guys' reputation are still stained from, like, a liberal perspective. The liberals still hate those fucking guys. The apology actually makes it worse. So I could go on and on, but dude, I've kind of like I still like their music. I love their music. It's good. It's genuinely good music. But dude, they're in the beast. So once you're in the beast, it's hard to make it out because you get addicted to the lollipops and you get addicted to the fancy pants. And yeah, dude, I saw who those guys really were, and it I don't think they were always that way. But once you have a certain amount of fame and a certain amount of money and gigs in the bag, you don't want to let it go. And yeah, they I don't know, they're total pussies to me now. What you guys saying here? Someone asked me what the best thing about women was. They make baby boys. Yeah, that's one of them. I mean, just the fact that they make babies at all is fucking insane. Rocky Mountain Bear says, "Shoot through the shields and they'll stop using them." Nicely done. Yeah, it's true. Shoot, like if someone's using a human shield, do not take that bait. You got the only way to stop human shields from happening is to blow through the human shields and make it not effective. You don't want to create a demand. If you cower to a human shield, you are creating a demand for more human shields. You're actually being worse, way worse. Hurricane Bear says, "What did BB say about shields? Something like, I don't care if it's a puppy with a cupcake on its head. Shoot it." I didn't catch that part. I must have missed that. That's hilarious though. Um, it's true. Putting the kid down. Much love, bro. Hopefully everyone likes it and shares it out. Don't bow out. God bless, bro. Hey, thanks, Action Fitness. Zachary Good says, "I don't keep up with their social media. I really dig their music. I don't really keep up with their news, but I think I remember the Josh Homme incident. Reminds me of Iggy Pop's antics." Yeah, except for Iggy Pop didn't freaking cry into a camera publicly about anything ever. Do you disavow? Says Sug. Yeah. I will never disavow anything, just on principle, because disavowing is gay. Like, what does that word even mean? That's retarded. That's what KUTX wanted me to do with my Western Chauvinist song. When Gavin McInnes tweeted out the song, they wanted me to say, "I disavow Gavin McInnes. I disavow all Nazis. I disavow all pedophiles. I disavow all white supremacists. I disavow all Martian bigots." They just want, like, no, I'm not gonna just disavow shit because you want me to disavow shit. Whatever, man. Like, it's retarded. Totally. Hurricane Bear says, "Totally awesome. Creating life is mind blowing. You're a good man, Ty." Hey, thanks. Yeah, that's, dude. Any women that are like gonna bash women for making babies, dude, that's freaking retarded. That's your one superpower. That's like the one thing that you now. I mean, obviously, women do other things better than men, but that's the main thing that women do better than men. Not better. They can do it at all, and men can't do it at all. Dude, don't take the ticket poster. I like that, man. Um, don't take the ticket, dude. I want to write that down because that's a good idea. I've got this notepad that I addictively write in that I kind of have to write shit or it gets forgotten somewhere over here. Yeah. People say journals are gay, but you know what? Those same people that say journals are gay, um, look at their gay phones all the time. Phones are way gayer. Like, because of this thing, like my calendar's in here, like everything is like in a fucking book. I don't have to like check my phone all the time. Phones are gay. Having a book that you write in is not gay. Unless you're gay. All right. So I'll put it in my notes here. We're going to add it. I have the page open. It's shirt. Shit. Where's my camera? Here we go. Shirt poster ideas. So my idea is to like make like an epic shirt and or poster with dude, I just screwed that up. I like screwed up the camera for life. There we go. So don't take the ticket. I like that. Noted. Yeah, dude, I'll make a poster for that. Yeah, I'm looking for stuff just to make iconic posters. I eventually want to have like kind of like what Made by Jim Bob has, because I've got all these posters that I've made over the years. You know, you can see back there on the wall and over here. Those are just a few. I'm just getting a few more frames to kind of put them up. But yeah, eventually I'm gonna have like a poster book, like or just like a book of all the shit that I've done. But I want to try to like make an iconic one for just iconic things in culture, like you know, like I've got the Hoodly Daddle one up there. It's like the moon one next to Owen Benjamin's over there. But even just like I don't know, like a JFK poster, or you know, just to kind of commemorate all these like insane cultural events, and maybe just working in like the conspiracy stuff into it. It'd be fun. Zachary says Iggy Pop kicked kicked over all the flowers on the stage opening for The Cure, then jumped on top of some amps and humped them like a deranged jungle man. Iggy Pop is badass. Yeah, he. I mean, there's a case to be made whether he was like a good dude or not, but he definitely didn't give a shit. Uh, Lists, memos, post-it notes, whatever, rock. Yeah. All right, I'm gonna test out my fuzz action here. Uh, that's gross. It's gross as shit. So yeah, this is more or less kind of the effect that I did on my song Red Pill. You can kind of hear that. How did it go? I did kind of like a almost like a slap style. So as much as I love like the palm mute style, a little, I didn't do that on that one. So Red Pill is more like. I don't know what I'm gonna do with this one. So yeah, we're gonna listen back to this track that we're working on. I don't feel great. I need to figure out my drum situation before I really know what I'm doing on this. But we're just gonna jack around with it. Rewind. If you're wondering what that sound is, it's my tape machine. So we are recording directly to the tapey tape. So let's listen back to what we got. This is what we worked on last night. It's just messing around. It's you know, it's kind of boring and monotonous right now, but still, to me, it's still getting a vibe. My whole thing is to kind of like really get a vibe. It being repetitive doesn't matter to me. It's more repetitive can still be really good if it's getting a vibe. Like you don't have to have a shit ton of stuff going on for it to be good. So, but to me, I want to make the music itself have as full. I don't know, not full. Full's a bad word to me, but it's more like I don't know. The song needs to feel complete without any lyrics. Like I need to be able to release it as an instrumental thing, and it still sounds awesome. And then I'm adding vocals. So a lot of times I don't even think about vocals or lyrics or any of that shit until the song is actually done. That's how, like 99% of the time, that's how I do my songs. So just trying to create the vibe, but I'm going to kill the synthesizer right now and just do bass only and see kind of what it feels like. Rewind. Be kind. Rewind. Hurricane Bear says, I write important stuff I need to buy, fix on the land, etc. on the back of a door. Nice. Good reminder. Lists most days ensure stuff doesn't get forgotten. Yeah. If you don't write it down, how's it gonna get done? To me, I don't know. It's like, yeah, you got to do it too, but sometimes there's so many things to do. When you've got 20 things to do, yeah, I can get one of them done right now, but usually the other 19 things go by the wayside. Failing to plan is planning to fail. Yeah, so more or less. I do kind of hate planning at the same time, though. I think planning super long term is kind of overrated to a degree. Yeah, seeing the creative process is great, man. Evolution. Cheers. Hey, thanks. It's fun. It's a blast. All right, we're gonna listen with no synthesizer, just drums, and we're gonna jam some bass over it. Yeah, I think, let's see, Hurricane Bear says, yep, I think 5 and 10-year plans are gay, especially when a mate's dad asked me what mine were. Go creative and freewheeling for the most part. Yeah, some plans are gay because they just, I don't know, especially when you get into like running businesses and shit, where you gotta have like this business plan. That's dumb, dude. That's super dumb. It's just gonna get annihilated immediately. Rocky Mountain Bear says that's a sweet setup. And diaries are gay, but journals are kept by future legends. Yeah, that's a good way to put it. Diaries are gay, but yeah, it's a different thing. I bet Harvey Weinstein get the diary with a love heart lock on it. Yeah, it's not really the beat that I want. That's why I don't know how far this is gonna go because this little drum machine over here, it can only do so much. I like to have drum patterns that have like an A-B section, and this one just has A, like an A section, so I can't. I want the beat to go like this. I want the beat to be like. I want it to be like 3 like regular things, and then the 4th one has that boom, boom, boom. But I can't do like a sequence that's that long on this drum machine, so I kind of only can do like a boom, 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 boom. And so it's kind of annoying. So I need to like go rent. I had a way better drum machine that I used on my last record, so I need to at least go rent one of those or try to buy one. I'm trying to like not use computers. Actually have some incredible stuff on my computer. I love recording to tape a lot more. I like the organicness. I still may end up doing some stuff on the computer on this record. I haven't decided the rules of this album, but maybe you guys can help me decide the rules. I don't know, or help me like, find the final rule. I like to have like a set of guidelines. Like my last record was just a tape. No computers were allowed, and I'm trying to decide if I'm gonna like stick with that or not. We'll see. Video diary. Yeah, this is kind of a video diary, but this is kind of gay, but we're gonna do it anyway. I could do something kind of punk like that. That'd be kind of rad. It's kind of it kind of reminds me of LCD Sound System. North America. Boom, 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 boom. Like it'd be like that kind of vibe. Hurricane Bear says, I reckon no rules for the album. No straitjacket. You might decide one or two digitally done ones just need to be done on it. Either way, it is going to crush. Rule nothing out. Yeah, I don't know. That's kind of where like my creative process is different. Like if I have infinite options, the album doesn't get done. I have to like create a time frame, create hard limits. Like doing it to tape, that is a limitation in and of itself. Like this machine over here, it's only got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 channels. And for anyone who understands like modern production, that's like no channels. Like Taylor Swift would be impossible to create a Taylor Swift track with 8 tracks with eight channels to record with. Her tracks probably on average have about 200. Her songs have about 200 tracks on them, like per song. Because there's like 50 vocal tracks and 50 drum tracks and 50. It's just overkill. So this is like kind of an old school way of doing it, but at the same time, it's this is a similar method to what like the White Stripes do. Jack White, he records only on 8 tracks for the same reason. It's very limiting, but it's so limiting that it forces you to be creative. Like I can't get lost in the minutia of like all the gajillions of plugins and digital shit that's on my computer. I've got that available if I need it, but at the same time, like it's liberating to just record shit on the tape. Just record shit on the tape and commit. It's like part of being a man is committing, not just like committing to your wife and committing to your children, but in this case, from a recording standpoint, like committing to the shit that you're recording. Like, all right, here's the bass track. It's done. I recorded it. This is it. Especially when you get into drums. Like I'm gonna bring my drums in here a little bit later hopefully this weekend. And because I've only got like 8 channels to work with, I'll do maybe 6 of them will be drums initially, because I've got to have like kick, snare, hi-hat, maybe a tom, and then maybe some overhead mics or something, whatever. Immediately, like I'm out of, I only have 2 more tracks left. Like I can't fit everything else on 2 tracks. So this will probably sound like Chinese to most of you guys, but I'll explain it still anyway, because that's where I'm at. But so I'll take all 6 of those drum tracks, record them onto 6 tracks, 6 microphones, 6 mic cables onto 6 channels, and then I will mix it down to these other 2 tracks over here. So then at that point, I'm going to record over these original 6, and my drums will be just mixed down to just be on these 2 channels. So I'll have like a left drums and a right drums, and it's all of the drums. But it's very destructive. So once I have it on there, like that, those are the drums. Like if I want more snare or more kick or more hi-hat, like you're fucked. Like that is the mix. Because now at that point I'm recording over the other tracks that are remaining. I'm putting vocals and bass and all this other stuff on there. And so it's a very destructive, but at the same time very like you have to commit. Like this is the drum mix. Final you have to know like I have to decide like this is it and move on. And I don't have time or the enough channels to really like, oh, I'm gonna save these drum tracks for later if I want to re-record it or do whatever. No, it's like here is the drum. These two channels are the drum tracks. Boom, and then I do bass and synth or guitar or vocals or whatever on top of that. But 8 channels is to me like kind of the magical number of like, it's very stifling and limiting, but in a good way where I'm not like fiddling with. My first record was a cluster. It took me 3 years to make my first record, a zillion, and it's a good record. It better be good. I spent 3 years on it, but then, and that's the one that got me like Artist of the Month during South by Southwest. I charted like top 40 on the college charts with that record. It's a good album. I'm not saying it's not good, but the second album, Welcome to Flat Earth, I recorded that one in 3 months. I was way more inspired to make it, but then also just the process that I use with the tape. This process I'm talking about. This is what made it good to me. It went by way faster. Wow, 8 channel rocks. Keeping it pure. Mount Bear says, I thought I heard a White Stripes vibe. You know, I like White Stripes. Most of the stuff I get probably from White Stripes is not actually from the White Stripes. It's from Led Zeppelin. You have to excuse me. There's a fucking roach in here, and I'm gonna freaking murder him so hard right now with my shoe. You gonna die, roach. You're gonna die. Dead! Boom, sucker. Yeah. We have a saying in my house, like if we ever see a bug, um, the saying is mayonnaise. So if I see a roach, it's like, mayonnaise! Because I'm making him into mayonnaise. They explode with like white goop. It's gross. You need to go to Home Depot and get some like shit. I've been seeing too many. All right, shoe back on. Cheers for explaining that, that restrictions are liberating. Yeah, no, when it comes to creative stuff, especially, I think a lot of things in life are like this, but limitations create more, I don't know, limitations breed creativity. Listen to your stuff last night. Great sound. That song in the radio station pumped. Hey, thanks, man. Put the shoe back on. The roach shoe. All right. Yeah, this one, man, I'm still kind of in setup mode yet. The thing that's kind of stopping me from like flying through stuff right now is I need to get my drum set in here, and I'm missing like I sold some hi-hats that I didn't like from my drum kit, and I need to like get some new hi-hats. So that's kind of holding me back from really what really gets the album going is just having a ton of drum tracks. What I like to do with the last record is I would just go in and I would do drum track after drum track after drum track. I'd try to get like 5, 6, 7, 8 drum tracks in the bag. That's why I say I don't pre-write the song. So it's usually based on a groove, and then the whole song is written around the groove. I don't think about lyrics or melody until later on. And yeah, so without a drum set, I'm kind of just in setup mode right now, but this is still really good. I'm just getting this thing fired up and getting bass tones, getting synth tones, getting the drum machine works on a lot of stuff. On Welcome to Flat Earth, most of the tracks are drum machine stacked with a drum kit. It gets kind of a cool sound. Um, yeah, so that's kind of what's going on. But this is good. I'm gonna keep it vibing. Sorry if I'm blowing y'all's ears out. That's how I like to go. That's how I like to roll. We're getting close. We're getting close to something. We're getting there. I kind of like the 16th note picky vibe. It's kind of cool. What's up, Rooster Boy? Rooster Boy. Red Pill Rooster Boy? Let's see. Indeed, the wet fart electro sound with the awesome bass is taking form. Nice, laid back, funky beat. Yeah. It's got a vibe. Alright, let's bring it back. Woo! That's loud. That's hot. Tis hot. Hurricane Bear says, you come up with lyrics last, or you got something in mind when you're doing the beat and the track, etc. Usually with lyrics, I yeah, usually don't jack with those till last. But at the same time, by the time I get to recording vocals, I usually have an idea of the melody. And then I like to create the lyrics. I don't know how I'm gonna do this record, but with the last record, I did a lot of my lyric writing while I was recording. So I hook up. I'll show you later, but I'll hook up my vocal mic, and a lot of times I'll pipe it through different pedals. And I like to write the song. I like to write the lyrics and the melodies and the way that I'm singing the song with the actual effects on it that are going to be. So I'm doing it. I'm writing it while I'm recording it, and I like that method better. It just fits in with the vibe a lot better. And also the song ends up kind of writing itself a little bit that way, where I'm not really building the song around an idea. The song is kind of creating its own idea. I don't know. That's the best way I could explain it. I let the cards fall where they may. So I let the song kind of, I don't know. That's the best way I can describe it. At least recently, I've written songs like the traditional way for a long time. Wrote probably 200 songs with me sitting down with a guitar, writing out all the lyrics, and then recording the song way later. I'm just kind of bored with that method, so this produces a lot more interesting results for me that I'm going to keep doing it until it doesn't work. You like a full-time graphic designer and musician and legendary dad, or is there an even bigger mix? I don't know what you mean by even bigger mix, but that's pretty much it. I mean, I put most of my life into design and music, and I've put in my 10,000 hours of those things, and I think that's what makes me good at them. You can't do, like, there's not very many people that have put 10,000 hours into something and suck at it. So I better be good at design because I put a shit ton of time into it. And I better be good at music because I put 10,000 hours into it. I'm not saying I'm the best at those things. I'm far from the best. I have my own flavor. I have my own like acquired taste of those things. I make weird music and I make weird designs too. I have like a weird taste for color that a lot of people don't like, and I have a style of music that a lot of people don't. It's not for everybody, but I'm good at it. Like you can't say I'm like not that it's not good. I think there's like goodness, like good design and good music. There's like an objective goodness to it, even if you don't like the style of it. Like I'm not a huge fan of country, but I know like the difference between a good country song and a bad country song because there's like an objective goodness to it, and I think it takes 10 or 20,000 hours of doing something to be good at it. Even if you're just like a fucking plumber, not just like even if you are a plumber, like it, those guys are like good because they put a shit ton of time into it. Let's see here, but yeah, mostly musician, designer, and a dad. Those are definitely the top three. I've put 10 years into being a dad, so I don't know if I've surely I've hit my 10,000 hours on that too. Hurricane Bear, you say, awesome watching the process. Will help a lot of youngins and get them to see and appreciate the effort and encourage persistence. You'd be an awesome teacher, patient and talented. Hey, thanks. I like teaching. I would hate to be a teacher, but at the same time, I love teaching in other, like, not traditional ways. I like that. So graphic design and music are the bread makers, or you do other commercial work in another field. Um, no, I do a lot of commercial design, like this like crazy ass, posters and shit. That's definitely like the labor of love. I gotten paid to do a lot of these, but those are kind of few and far between. I've done a ton of posters, but I do a lot more. I do a lot more web development, web design, logos, that kind of stuff. That's really the actual like money maker for me. That's Saucerful Bear. Hey, thanks, man. Yeah, I like. I mean, I like to have, like I was saying, I like to have limitations. I like to have hard time limitations and hard, like I only have 8 tracks, that kind of stuff. I like to have limitations, but at the same time, I like to enjoy where I'm at and really kind of find the right thing, find the right sound, find the right vibe. Yeah, Foo Bear. I've done a lot of book covers and layout designs for authors. I've done quite a bit of that. I'm not even going to mention them on the air because I don't think they want to be. I've got several clients who I think like they know that I'm good at what I do, but they don't want to be associated with me for for the stuff that I say publicly, and I get it. So I'm not going to mention who they are, but yeah, I've done a ton of book covers and design and like layout designs for books and ebooks. It'd be cool to have Owen Benjamin guest sing on a verse on a song. That'd be hilarious. It'd be awesome. So I'm gonna lay down a bass part. I don't even know how much of this I'm gonna keep at all, or if any. We're just kind of getting the vibe. But I think the ultimate goal is like this weekend or the next couple days is I need to situate this room. This is a tiny room, guys. I mean, this is what I make my records in. It's like a 10 by 15 room. In here I've got kind of a closet slash vocal booth. I'll like throw the amps in there, and I can do guitars and vocal stuff in there. That's kind of nice. But I think the goal is, I don't know if you can see like this, like love seat that's hanging out in here. Like this, I think this is usually where the drum set lives when I'm recording. My goal is to I need to use this room as like my office where I work and as a studio. And getting the drum set in here is tricky because it kind of destroys the office space. So my goal is to rearrange this studio where I can have the drum set always in here and have this chair I don't know, tuck it away over here or something where I can have both. So that's the goal. And that way I can still bring home the bacon and get my work done, and at the same time just have the drum set up. That's when I'll really start flying on recordings. Once I've got 3 or 4 drum tracks laid down, then I'm just flying through tracks. The drum groove really drives a lot of my stuff, so that will matter. Awesome, thanks, Ty. Have a great evening. Hurricane Bear says, "Got to go pick up the sons for the second half of school holidays here in Australia." Oh, dude, you're in Australia. That's awesome. Have a great time, everyone. Yeah, nice. I know this really has nothing to do with Australia, but I have a Australian Shepherd. I don't know. That's more of an American dog, but I love my dog. I love my Aussie Shepherd. I mean, I know they originated in Australia, but I think they're like more well known in America, as far as I know. All right, let's just lay something down and kind of close it out. So it's like, I think a lot of these streams might be like an hour or two of me just like jacking around on stuff. I anticipate there might be some epic streams though. I am very long-winded, so a 1 to 2 hour stream is like on the shorter side of what I'll probably be doing for like musical stuff. I did a live stream like a few weeks ago when I made that Owen Benjamin poster. This one right here. It took me 9 hours to make that one, and I was kind of jacking around the whole time, for sure. You know, I'm live streaming with people. I was talking with God of Lobsters a lot the whole time. But that was a 9 hour stream, so you can that's still on YouTube somewhere. It's on my channel, but you can watch me make that for 9 hours. I also have like a time lapse thing. Like I narrowed it down to 2 minutes of time lapse footage, but that was fun. So let's lay something down just so we got something, because we kind of got a vibe. All right, I'm armed. Let's make sure my level's good. I think it's good. I kind of like the 16th note vibe, just the... I don't know. This is probably going to be nothing, but we'll see.
it's an idea. It's something. It's something. Let's see.
So it's far from good, but it's let's get the ball rolling. Let's get some vibes going. I find that like a lot of this stuff is not about just like doing good. Like it's impossible to just make epic shit every time. It's more about just being regular about it and making something every day, and eventually you're going to make epic stuff. It's not about I'm not gonna like shit gold bricks every time I show up in here. Alright, let's put this on this thing. Shut her down for the night. Dude, I just love having everything set up and ready to go though. Man, it's nice to just I don't even plan the streams anymore. I like it. It's nice to just be in a place where I've got stuff ready to. I just turn on the stream and just start. And if I make total crap, then I make total crap. And if I make something epic, then we got something epic. Either way, it's like we're just recording the process, so you can see my process and see how it works. I just try not to like make it too big of a deal. Like making an album is just making an album. It doesn't have to be like, oh, you're making an album, and I don't have to put all this pressure on myself. Like anything can be an album. Like anything can be an album. I can just freaking record fart sounds, and just release that as an album. It's not that big of a deal. So I see it more like a photo album. So I'm just like taking a bunch of photos and just putting it in a collection and releasing it. So yeah, probably tomorrow afternoon I will rearrange this room though. Like this chair, I'm gonna move it over here. Get the drums going on over here, and ideally like work on some more drum tracks. The one limitation I do have, though, I mean, most of my neighbors are pretty cool, but I've got to do drum tracks during the day. So the streams that I do like the hardcore drum tracks would probably be during the day, not at night. But that's what's fun is like I get all these drum tracks in place, and I like to batch record a bunch of drum tracks, and then at night I just build everything on top of them. Because if I can get a drum track that's really good, I can build a whole song off of that. That's the problem with this kind of piece of shit demo thing I'm working on right now is, I don't know, I'm not like super happy with the drum sounds on it. It's not enough to like make or break the song. I mean, it breaks it because it sucks. So I don't know. We'll just keep the vibes going. But a lot of the stuff in the past 2 days is really just to kind of like start laying the foundation for just recording. It's like the tape is all queued up, everything's hooked up right. I've got shit hooked up, and it's nice to just have it ready to go. Ready to go. But yeah, I'm gonna peace out. You guys have anything else you want to talk about before I take off? I've got my poster ideas. I don't know. What do you guys want to see posters of too? Because this is something else I'm going to be doing. I want to try to at least have like 1 or 2 posters a week that I make. commemorating different things that I'm interested in. But I mean, I think it'd be cool to just like make a book of like culturally relevant posters. Like my favorite one is like the Hoodly Daddle poster that I did. It's like the one on the far right, top right. It's kind of like a fake moon landing poster. But yeah, stuff like that, man. That'd be kind of cool. Um, so Matt, you said you did Western Chauvinist, right? That's how I found your channel. Yeah, yeah, that was me. Yep, this is Western Chauvinist. So here's some things. Morning. Oh, good morning. Is it morning where you are? It's only like midnight where I'm at. NEPB, are you in Australia too? Where the hell are you? I don't know where you are. So here's some poster ideas because I'm going to be launching a new merch store pretty soon. That I'm going to have like posters and T-shirts and stuff, and I'm going to have like stuff that's music related and band related. But I also want to have just like epic, iconic stuff like the Hoodly Daddle poster. Just things that are kind of like I don't know, maybe conspiracy related. You know, even like to me, even just like not I can't. I'm like bad at being weatherman here, but like that poster I did for my album release, like Welcome to Flat Earth, just like the pancake flat Earth thing. It's hilarious. That I've got that one. I think I've got that one on my merch store. But either way, I'm just gonna ramp all that stuff up. Where I'm just gonna try to have at least a weekly poster that I design. That's just shit you guys are interested in, and just fun things that are happening in the world. Like I made a Greta poster. I think I'm gonna have the Greta poster on there. I'll show you. Like this one is pretty funny. I want you to listen to a little foreign retard girl. Yeah. I have another poster I did this week. I did 2 posters this week. But I think the goal in the end is just to have like, I want to have like a book, like just a giant book, almost like a coffee table book of just epic posters that I've done that you guys could just buy. Because I think, I don't know, I just get the impression that people like them. So I have a lot of them. I did this one. You can't really see. Let's see if you can see it. This one is it's pretty funny. So there's these posters that are going around in. I'll put it over here. There's these posters that are going around in Boston right now. People are just putting up these. Some guys putting up these things that say Islam is right about women everywhere in Boston. And it's so funny because it confuses the hell out of people. This lady's just like taking the signs down. Like, I saw another sign, I took it down, I took it to the police. We're gonna get this guy arrested. And they don't like, is it against Islam or is it against women? It breaks the wizard spell of all this stuff so well that I made my own version of it. And it kind of looks like it's in Arabic. And it says Islam is right about women. And I think it's hilarious how much that phrase just confuses the fuck out of people. Especially with the feminists, man. The liberal feminists like freak out when they read that. And it either like reveals their in their own intolerance against Islam, who they're supposed to be on the same side with. It's really funny. So that would be a fun poster. Yeah. So I've got a bunch of ideas like that. You said it's midnight here too. I'm in Nebraska, but I just woke up for work. Nice. What are you doing, man? Working on the oil rig, and I imagine that's what people in Nebraska do. I know that sounds stereotypical, but yeah, that's what I imagine. So yeah, here I've got some notes here, and I've got some ideas on posters that I would like. To me, a lot of my shit is just very, it's very self-serving. I don't care. I want to make stuff that I would want to like hang up in my house. So I think it'd be fun to make. Let's see. I think it'd be fun to make a JFK poster. That'd be kind of badass. But like a JFK conspiracy poster. Even better, like the next level conspiracy of JFK is not like the Lee Harvey Oswald shooter stuff. It's the I like Owen Benjamin's take on JFK is who cares who shot him? JFK was super gay, allegedly. I think that's the way the like a really hilarious conspiracy theory. Um, some of this stuff might be kind of dark, but I'm kind of dark, so it kind of makes sense. I like to make the posters that I make are very they're like counter propaganda. So I'm like, with the little girl. Let me see. Let's see if I can find it. Boom. See if I can find it here. Yeah, like with this one, to me, all of my stuff has like a propaganda vibe to it, but it's like anti-propaganda, or it's like reverse propaganda. I guess counter propaganda would be the better way. I want you to listen to a little foreign retard girl. I don't know. To me, it'd be cool to make like a bunch of reverse propaganda. Like, you see a lot of stuff about like Planned Parenthood poster. Dude, Austin is filled with like Planned Parenthood type propaganda. Like every band and their mom out here, they do Planned Parenthood benefit concerts. And I'm like, dude, you're literally doing a benefit concert for murdering babies. What the fuck? So to me, it's like to make a poster that would be like the reverse, like a shutdown Planned Parenthood concert, or not even just a concert, but a just to make like really good and preferably really funny propaganda against abortion would be hilarious to me. One another thing to me, something I've been kind of woke to for a long time is the vaccine thing. Before it was even like a big deal, or before it was like talked about a lot. Now it's like they have a whole term called anti-vaxxers. Like that wasn't even a thing when we had our first baby like 9 years ago. There were no documentary. Now there's like documentaries like Vax and all that kind of stuff that are pretty helpful on at least understanding the issue more. Dude, I put like 100 or 200 hours of research into this shit myself before I had to freaking dig for stuff to find out the answers on that stuff. But yeah, to me, like some kind of poster about vaccines would be interesting. NASA, Antarctica. Let's see, an Epstein poster. Be hilarious. I've got to figure out a way to make some of these funny because some of them are like so fucking dark. To me, I've got to make it humorous in some kind of way. I don't know how that's possible. Anti-feminism propaganda poster would be awesome too. That wouldn't be hard at all. I mean, that's basically what that one was. Islam is right about women. I think making like a social justice warrior poster would be awesome. Almost like this one would be actually like a true propaganda poster that's like would look like it's promoting social justice, but in a hilarious way that's retarded. That'd be funny. This is based. I had a couple that were based on some things Vox Day was talking about. Homeschool or die is like a phrase that I don't know if he came up with it or he got that from someone else, but that'd be pretty funny. Homeschool or die. We've been homeschooling for the last like year. We're like in our second year of homeschooling with our kids, and it's freaking amazing. It's like one of the best decisions we've made with our girls is homeschooling. It's freaking awesome. We just get to be with our kids all the time. We aren't spending all of our time like driving them around back and forth to school and shit. And it's just the time we wasted driving them around is the actual time it takes to teach them the stuff. So only 2 or 3 hours a day. It's not like an insane amount. And then the rest of the day we just freaking have a blast. They do dance parties. They have friends over. We have friends over to hang out like 10 times more than we did when we did public school. It's pretty awesome. I highly recommend homeschooling. Like I don't know why we didn't homeschool earlier. Global cooling poster, yeah, that'd be awesome. Saucerful Bear. Rocky Mountain Bear says, Brown Eels has a department of propaganda. It's awesome. I don't know what that is. What is Brownells? I don't know what that is. That like a college or something? Brownells. Maybe instead of doing posters about the dark stuff, do posters about the opposite, the light to the dark. Instead of Jeffrey Epstein, do a poster for abstinence until marriage. Yeah, dude. No, I mean that's along the same line of thinking. I mean, I just I want to display iconic things that are happening, but also like take things like that aren't really seen as iconic and make them iconic. Like, yeah, being a fucking virgin, like make that epic and iconic. That's a good. I'm gonna write that down, man. That's a good one. Like that'd be a great like hat or a poster or a shirt is make virginity great again. Be we were talking about that with my brother and his wife today, and like how not cool it is to be a virgin now. And I'm just thinking, as someone who has 5 daughters, I'm like, nah, dude, virginity is pretty fucking awesome. Like, only being with one person, how is that not good? Like, I don't get how people think that that's bad. It's retarded. Not having to explain to your wife how you've like fucked 8 girls or 10 girls or 40 girls or 100 girls. That dude, that sucks, man. That takes years to get through that shit. Especially like on the, I think guys can kind of like, I don't know. Nature is a lot more forgiving to guys than it is to girls in obvious ways, but despite the fact that like chicks have a hard stop on their eggs. But even just like the psychological damage that happens from having multiple partners, it is way greater with girls than it is with guys. Like Owen Benjamin's a good example, but it's like I don't know. I think guys could have sex with 100 girls and get married and like have a normal marriage to a degree way more than a girl. If a girl is having sex with 100 guys and then gets married, dude, it takes a long time for girls to like be able to bond right with that guy because of that. Yeah. Yeah, make virginity great again. I love that, man. You're exactly right, man. I need to not focus on the negative. I just think, to me, like there's some funny stuff, like with the Hoodly Daddle poster. To me, that's hilarious. and that's not really to me, like moon landing stuff and flat Earth stuff. It's like not negative at all to me. I think it's interesting and it's hilarious in a lot of ways. Um, yeah. So let me, feel free to shoot me a message. I think I've got like a form on my website, tyrichards.com. Shoot me a message anytime. My email is love@tyrichards.com. You can email me anytime at that, and I try to check it as much as I can when I can. Brownell's a big firearm distributor. All right, sweet. Yeah, I'll make a note of that and check it out. Brownell. Yeah, I've always had this idea of like that propaganda is always bad, and that's just not the case. Like propaganda is just propagating ideas. It's an amoral, like propaganda is amoral. It doesn't have a morality until it depends on what the content of that propaganda is. Like in the 50s, who covered the Black Pilled? That guy covered some 50s propaganda that was awesome. It was like public service announcements that happened in the 50s. Look it up. Google, like, look up on YouTube. Look up, what is it called? Beware Boys, or Boys Beware. That's what it is. And it's an entire PSA. It's like a 5-10 minute PSA about how boys need to watch out for the homosexual. Because in the 50s, like, homosexual was synonymous with pedophile. Like, it meant the same exact fucking thing. And so they had this whole story of like, girls aren't the only ones that get abducted. Boys get abducted too. And you just have to watch it. It's insane. But it was actually really, really good propaganda for a good thing, because like these boys would like hitchhike around town. Hitchhiking was totally normal in the 50s and 60s, even in the 40s. Totally normal. Everyone would just give each other a ride all the time. Because all these like cities in America were like mostly like white cities and just, regular people. Mr. Joe down the street is picking up little Timmy to take him to baseball practice, but this like gives the warnings of that. Like this stranger is taking Timmy to baseball practice, or he takes him to baseball practice, and he says, "Hey, if you ever need a ride, I drive home from work on this road every day. I'll give you a ride tomorrow too." And Timmy's like, "Okay, that sounds great. Getting a ride every day from the same guy, like that's cool, awesome." Next thing he knows, like, 2 weeks of driving him around, like driving him to baseball practice, he'll drive him home and then drive him to go get a Coke. It seems like it's nothing. You're like, "Hey, let's get a Coke on the way home. We'll go to the little drugstore and get a Coke." That's fine. And then next thing you know, it's like, "Hey, let's have some dinner. I'll bring a picnic and we can eat in the park together. I can even bring my fishing rod. We can go fishing together." And then it just escalates fast. By the end of the PSA, like the guy is like, "Hey, I'm going to show you these pictures. Have you ever seen pictures like this?" And he's like showing the kid porn. And then by the end of it, they're like, "Let's go get a hotel. Let's go hang out in a hotel room. We can get a pizza and go hang." And dude, the freaking kid is getting molested and raped by the end of it. And it sounds ridiculous now, but just the whole time it's referring to the guy as the homosexual. And like people just, you just laugh at it when you hear it now, because like homosexuality is so normalized now. But it was in the 50s. These PSAs were funded by John Wayne, dude. That like they weren't like obscure PSAs. These were like the PSAs of the time. And you know what? Like that stuff happens more now than it happened in the 50s. Like that propaganda is more relevant now than it's ever been, than it ever was then. But at the same time, it's because of all of the propaganda in the opposite direction, because of all the pro homosexual propaganda, it seems completely irrelevant, but it's actually more relevant in reality. But yeah, to me, it's interesting. Rocky Mountain Bear says it caused a lot of problems for me. I'm not bragging, but I had a lot of women. I relate to Owen talking about random women jumping my bones. It causes problems. Yeah, I'm not saying it doesn't cause problems. It does. I just think for women it causes more problems. Like the impact is bigger generally for women. But yeah, I'm not saying that there's no damage for sure. Um, Matt Fiermont said propaganda is knowingly spreading false information. Seems immoral to me. No, propaganda doesn't have to be immoral, dude. You need to just, that's like, look at the word propaganda, like propagate. You're propagating the world with an idea. If you were gonna like propagate the world with an idea that says, you know, don't kill people, would that be immoral to propagate that idea? Or, you know, even just like what John Wayne was doing with his PSA ads, he's propagating the idea of like, boys, watch out. There are men out there that want to molest you and rape you. Like, how is that immoral to like spread awareness about that? That is propaganda, but it's good propaganda. Yeah. So yeah, propaganda goes both ways. It's amoral. It's not immoral or moral until it depends on the idea behind it. The idea that you're propagating can be immoral, but it doesn't necessarily have to be. It can be good. Yeah. Let's see what else I got. Hurricane Bear said I need to do a poster on "Don't Take the Ticket," like Owen Benjamin's idea of like, it's not really his idea, but like he's really helping with that idea of don't take the ticket, like don't look at porn, um, yeah, that kind of stuff. Don't get into debt. Don't look at porn. Don't. Uh, so many bad things. So many vices that can, you know, what's that thing he also says, like, you are your own hitman. That's so true. Most of the time we are our own hitmen. Yeah. Make virginity great again. That's pretty awesome right there. I think that's legit. I'm gonna work on that one for sure. um, yeah, my wife is the only woman that I've ever, I don't like totally claim the like I abstained until marriage thing, because I'm pretty hardcore on that stuff. Like I think looking at porn counts. According to Jesus, looking at porn counts as you're breaking one of the 10 commandments, dude. You're that really has hit me hard recently, man. Like looking at porn is whacking it to porn is breaking one of the 10 commandments. Like you aren't even keeping like the main commandments as far as Christianity goes. And I'm a Christian, so yeah, that's a big deal. So, but yeah, my wife is the only woman that I've ever like been with fully, but I did like mess around with a lot of girls. But somehow magically I did not you know, make it fully. I don't know. I didn't make it around all the bases with any woman except my wife. That's the best. That's the cleanest way I could describe it without like embarrassing the fuck out of my wife. Um, and EPB says after my parents' divorce, my mother made sure I had positive male role models. That's good. She was in the SCA, which is a medieval reenactment group. Nice. She'd have friends show me things like leatherworking. Dude, that's cool. That's really cool. My dad took me to a Renaissance fair one time, and it was awesome. Dude, I wish I would have like gone to that stuff more. That's fun. That stuff's fun. Yeah, there's like glass blowing and leather work and like blacksmiths and dudes making fucking swords and shit. Dude, that freaking rules. Anyone who makes stuff, like there's nobody who's just making shit all the time that's killing themselves. Like there's no one who just makes shit nonstop and has that kind of joy that's yeah, that's offing themselves. It just doesn't happen. There's something magical that I think it's when you like make stuff and when you destroy stuff. I get a lot of satisfaction. I need to finish this out this weekend, but I'm chopping bamboo and yeah, just annihilating bamboo. I call it the bamboo Lacoste. Dude, it's freaking awesome. It gets me pumped just seeing the bamboo go away. Bamboo like needs to be genocided because it spreads insane, especially in the springtime. Dude, like if you have this group, if you plant this bamboo over here on one side of your yard, and like, oh man, this looks great, awesome. Well, guess what? In the spring, especially, dude, it just starts it'll pop up over here and over here and over here. These random shoots just pop up, and it will take over your whole yard if you don't get on top of it. So I've been having a blast destroying bamboo. So like creating and destroying. I guess even mowing the lawn is a form of destroying, so I think that counts too. Want to be a member. Oh yeah, dude. Want to be that's good. I'm putting a star by that one. Hurricane Bear. Want to be a member poster. That might even be two different posters. Yeah, it is. Fancy Pants and Lollipops and Want to Be a Member. I think that's two different posters. Maybe. I got to do the Fancy Pants. Lollipops. That's been one of the best phrases for me, just with myself. Because I catch myself like buying into certain lollipops and fancy pants all the time, and I just have to be like snap out of it. And that phrase makes whatever I'm wanting sound so gay. Where I'm like, oh man, I really wanna. Oh, I gotta have a better drum set, or I gotta have a better this or better that to get started. Like, no, dude, those are all lollipops. Just start recording, get shit done, do it. Don't make excuses. Want to be a member, dude. So yeah, look up that. If you guys don't know about that, look up. What is it? What was the want to be a member thing? I was gonna say go to my Instagram and check it out, but my Instagram is freaking genocided, gone, deleted a couple days ago by the Instagrablers. Want to be a member? It's like Disney initiation of something, and it's like this really early 1930s cartoon it's super satanic. Like Disney has always been evil, man, from the beginning. That video proves it. These like cartoon characters are asking this guy like over and over again, want to be a member, want to be a member, and he's like, no. And then they just do all these things to him. They like try to stab him. They try to fight. They chase him. And in the end, what gets the character to be a member is, I think it's Betty Boop. So there's this, hot Betty Boop character. It's like, and then once she's asking, want to be a member? Want to be a member? Then he's like, oh, okay. You got nice legs, a nice rack. Okay, I'll be a member. And then all the 30 other guys that have been asking him, they all like turn into Betty Boop, and everybody's happily ever after, but it's really like kind of evil. It's like none of these other tactics worked. To me, um, it's very representative of the way that porn works. So all these other tactics did not work on like getting this guy to join their club and getting this guy to get sucked into their group. So, if they're poking him and stabbing him and coercing him all these different ways, none of the ways throughout the whole cartoon work, but at the end, the freaking sexy ladies always work. And dude, that's such a good representation of how porn is. Porn is like one of the biggest subverters of masculinity ever. Like, if you don't believe me, just try like not watching porn for, just do it for a month. Dude, you're gonna feel like more aggression and masculinity than you've ever felt in your whole life, probably. And it might weird you out, but it's good. It's actually how you're supposed to be. It's actually like that's who you actually are as a dude. That's how I see it. Yeah, Rocky Mountain Bear says, yeah, the Betty Boop cartoon. The song gets stuck in my head so quick. Pure wizardry. Saucerful Bear says, no new lollipops till you use the ones you already have is a problem I run into. Yeah. Yeah, I think a big thing, like with my family and like with like a lot of people that I grew up around in Dallas, Fort Worth, is like cars to me are the biggest lollipops. They're like giant fucking lollipops on wheels. Why do people need to have why do people feel like they need, I'm not against it, like it's not like it's wrong to have a nice car, but people will get themselves into so much debt and slow down their lives so much just to have a nice car. It's retarded to me. I have piece of shit cars and I love it. I got no car payments, man. I pay cash for like just okay / piece of shit cars because why? I love not having car payments. It freaking rules. It allows me to do shit like this. It allows me to like make music and design stupid ass posters and shit. Rocky Mountain Bear says, Jizz Strength, another poster. Oh, dude, yes, yes. Jizz Strength. That's real. Jizz Strength is real. If you don't think Jizz Strength is real, it's because you don't have any Jizz Strength and you're whacking it to porn every day. Dude, you don't know. People ask me, I'm going to start just telling people, this is the exact reason. They're like, Ty, how do you put out an album a year? How do you do all these posters on top of work and all your other crap? Freaking Jizz Strength, that's how. Try it out. Jizz Strength is real. Everyone knows it's real too. Even if they deny it, like deep down, they know. There's like, in times of war, in the Bible, like in the Old Testament, the Israelites, dude, they wouldn't freaking like the story of David and Bathsheba. So David sent Bathsheba's husband into the front lines to die so that he could have sex with Bathsheba, right? Her husband came home. It was customary for warriors, even when they like come home, like during like active war, they would not have sex with their wives because that would make them more docile and more weak. Like think about it. Like you're never more tired than after you have sex or after you masturbate. And so like if I don't know, yeah, it's just it's obvious. Like if you build that up, you're building up like an intensity and an aggression and a yeah. I've gotten to where I've done it long enough now where it's like I've honestly had some flub ups over time. I've like, you know, I've had some relapses over the past few years every now and then, but more or less like I go straight nothing, dude. No porn, no masturbation, just just sex. And without getting into too many of the details, I don't want to embarrass my wife about it, but to me it's important to talk about because dude, that's like one of the reasons why I have 6 children. Like I've got 5 daughters and I've got one baby on the way that I'm hoping is a boy, we'll see. But it I've like never been more productive in my life than the last 9 years I've been married, and especially the last like 5 year, really 3 to 4 years of um, just being hardcore on this stuff. Jizz strength, dude, that would be a great poster. Jizz strength. There should probably be a whole nother poster on like how some kind of anti-porn poster. Porn is just like a waste of a good boner. Hurricane Bear says a hashtag Me Too poster with families and community, babies, mothers breastfeeding, men working, and slogans like "I am for strong families," "Babies' rights." Yeah, I am for traditional values. I believe in two genders. Yeah, positive stuff would be good, man. I'm all about that. Rocky Mountain Bear says, didn't Muhammad Ali have that rule, no sex before a fight? I didn't know that, but dude, that makes so much sense. Anyone who understands masculinity gets that. It might have been someone else, I can't remember. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of fighters do that. You would be a shitty fight. Can you imagine just like whacking it to porn and then going in to fight somebody? Oh my god, that's like the worst idea ever. No wonder why porn is free. No wonder why porn is free poster. Yeah. Dude, my neighbor was talking to me like about one of his friends. He was like, dude, one of my buddies just got fired from his job, and he got caught looking at porn at work, um, and he was like putting uh, stuff on like the company credit card for porn and stuff. And I don't know if my neighbors, I don't think he's religious at all, but even he was like, he's like, you have a real problem with porn when you're paying for it. Dude, when you're paying for porn, you got mad problems when you're paying for your porn. Cuz it's all free. There's so much free porn. There's like free HD high quality porn is free. Like if you're paying for it, dude, you got some real problems for sure. 1993 film, Fear of a Black Hat. How about a poster, Fear of a Small Hat? Yeah, yeah, that'd be interesting too. There's so many things now that I'm thinking about it. I've kept some notes. There's some things that Owen Benjamin and Box Day say that really um, stick with me. I would like to make an anti-MGTOW poster because I think that's like a thing that a lot of guys fall for. Is they see all these feminists and they see all these just ladies that are broken everywhere. That I don't know. I gotta fix my lighting thing. It's not. Let's see if I can get it. There we go. Yeah, I want to make an anti-MGTOW poster because those guys are freaking losers, man. They're the ultimate coward to me. They're the opposite side of the coin of feminism, whereas like feminists have given up on men. Um, MGTOW have given up on women, and they become victims to women through that, and they choose to not have a family, and they choose to not have a family, not get married, not have a family because they're scared of all the things that could happen. So they're total pussies and cowards. They like leave the battlefield because they're total pussies, and it would and not they don't realize like you are the leader of your family. It's like your job to make all that shit work. It's not the woman's job. It's your job. And dude, Vox Day said something that's gonna stick with me for the rest of my life when he was talking about them because what the MGTOW guy what MGTOW stands for, if you don't know, it's men going their own way. They're like very like men's rights shit. Pretty much 100% of what they say is actually valid. You know, divorce courts being against men, school system being against men, homeless shelters being against men, you know, all this shit. It's on and on and on. Like it's all correct technically, but the conclusion is that all the MGTOW guys say is like they don't want to get married and have kids. And to me, that's the evil part about it is these MGTOW guys are convincing all of their buddies to not get married and not have children. And to me, like that's what makes you a man. And see how you want to, but like any man who is not married and does not have children is not a man to me. And the MGTOW guys will be like, oh, but you know, Paul in the Bible says it's better to not marry, blah blah blah. Like that's if you're gonna be a fucking monk and be pure. These MGTOW guys are fucking girls every week. They fuck 5 girls a week. They're not going to pursue being a freaking pure monk. So either do that or don't do it. So what Vox Day said, it stuck with me forever. He just says his claim is that, and it's not a claim, it's just true, that MGTOW at its core is satanic because it's convincing men to not be men. It's convincing them to not get married and not have children. And so he said, and I 1,000% agree with this. He said, MGTOW guys need to go and die alone as they have chosen. It makes 1,000% sense. Like they're living the worst case scenario already by choosing to live that way. And yeah, if all of my daughters grow up to be like heroin addicts and I'm divorced and have no money left, like these guys fear, it's still worth it what I'm doing right now. Those guys are cowards. Don't listen to them. So yeah, I would like to make, I'm gonna write that down. I would like to make like an anti-MGTOW propaganda. But it wouldn't be like something like leftist. It'd be more, because that sounds kind of leftist, but it would be more like don't be a fucking pussy. Get married and make a family. It's up to you to lead women. Don't expect women to do this stuff. Like you have to do it. If your wife sucks, it's because you suck. Great wives are made. They're not found. Welcome to the rice fields, motherfucker. Dude, that video is freaking so good. Welcome to the rice fields. I love that. Yeah, misogyny is not the solution for men against their problems and misandry. Yeah. Be super positive to break the MGTOW spell. No, I don't even know. They don't really need like a positive thing. Isn't going to work with them. They actually, the MGTOW guys need a fucking punch in the face to be like, if you don't pursue having a wife and children, then you are choosing to die alone. So just go do that. Just go die alone because that's what you're doing. Like they need it. Those guys need a punch in the face because they're total pussies. They're deserters. They're deserting their own manhood and they're deserting their own nations in every nation. NEPB says feminism and MGTOW perfectly show the differences between men and women. Women who give up on men decide to boss everyone around till they're just like feminists. MGTOW, hang it up and go lone wolf. They aren't even lone wolf, dude. They're like dying wolf. I don't know. Yeah, maybe a lone wolf school shooter or something like that, or a terrorist. They're not like any cool sense of lone wolf at all. They're like a wolf going to die. Wolves work in packs. They always do. Hurricane Bear says, Sodomy Bear say, don't blow your own way. Man up, start a new family. Mib, Mibtown. MGTOW, praying the gay away. Deserting responsibility. Yeah, they are basically deserter. They are deserters. Rocky Mountain Bear says MGTOW might as well chop their balls off and become eunuchs. Yeah, they're basically doing that to themselves anyway. They're saying, "Oh, I'm so afraid my wife's gonna divorce me and take half my lollipops," and oh no, um, what if my wife takes my kids away? Oh no, what if my dude? So be it, man. So your option is to not even try. Yeah, you're a freaking coward. Holy shit, you're the biggest coward ever. If all those things happened to me, it would still be worth it. And also, I'm gonna lead my wife so strongly that that's impossible. Me and my wife are never like my daughter was talking about this the other day. She's like, I hope you guys don't ever break up or ever get a divorce because she's got friends who their parents are getting divorced, and I just tell her straight up, like this is part of the promise that I made to your mom when we got married. I made it to God and in front of everyone. Like we're never getting divorced. It's not even an option. I told her even if I hate your mom, I'm still gonna be with her, no matter what. She's gonna have to deal with it. Me hating her because we're still gonna be married. Deal with it. I tell people we're functionally Catholic. Like we're not Catholic, but we're like more Catholic than most people. Like functionally, we don't believe in divorce. We don't believe in contraception. We don't believe in abortion. Um, you get what you get, and you don't have a fit, man. If we're supposed to have if we're supposed to have one child, then we're gonna have one child. If we're supposed to have six children, we're gonna have six. If we're supposed to have 20 kids, we're gonna have 20 kids. Um, Also, it's not that hard to like not have kids if you don't want to. You don't have to get abortion. You don't even have to use condoms, man. Just natural family planning. Know her cycle. Just don't do it on those 3 or 4 days. Aaron says, feminine as fuck. Dude, that would be a good poster actually. Talking about femininity. it's odd to me how feminism is the opposite of being feminine. It promotes, it degrades femininity. It degrades the feminine. If you're a feminist, you're against being feminine. That's part of it. The goal is to be a man, is to make women into men. It's to make them CEOs and have short dykey haircuts and be a man, essentially. Be the breadwinner, be the provider. Yeah, I did lay down some bass. I mean, it's all conceptual right now. I got to get these drums moved in here. Drums really like are gonna make all this shit. So, but yeah, I got some bass going. You can check it out. It's probably like 30 minutes behind where we're at in the stream right now. Maybe 45 minutes. Rocky Mountain Bear says, "Thanks, Ty. Um, I really enjoyed the jam session and brainstorming. Yeah, it's fun. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this regularly. I'm excited about doing this because I've been planning on doing this for a long time, and this is really the beginning of it." Rocky Mountain Bear says, "I gotta go say prayers and make sure my daughter's going to sleep." Yeah, I hear you, man. I did that. I did that a few hours ago. So we watched Snow White tonight, which is actually a very Logos movie, surprisingly, at least from what I saw of it. It was in the 30s, so if you look in the credits, there are like no Jewish names in the credits of Snow White. I didn't see any Steens or Bergs. It's incredibly not subversive for a Disney movie. It's a good one to watch with the kids. It's very feminine too. Like Snow White doesn't have long hair. To me, that's like the one thing that's not feminine. Everything about it, else about it, is feminine. She's waiting for her Prince Charming to find her. Like her whole theme song is like, "I'm waiting, blah, blah." Like she's just like waiting for Prince Charming to find her, and like that is a feminine quality. Feminine ladies don't like go out and fuck a guy and find her. Like that's not a thing. It's not feminine at all. That's masculine. That's hunting. That's what dudes do. Yeah, have a good night, Rocky Mountain Bear. Boingo Bear says, "Haha, I was talking with Tourette's Bear and feminism versus femininity last week." Yeah, it's a big deal. Feminism is anti-femininity. NEPB says, "The best revenge for losing half your lollipops is starting a lollipop factory." I don't know what a lollipop factory is. Is that a business? I'm assuming that I basically have a lollipop factory. I can make my own fucking lollipops. I don't need to get them from anyone else. Hurricane Bear says, "See ya, Rocky Mountain Bear, legend." Yeah, he is a legend. Mountain Bear and Rocky Mountain Bear, both those dudes, legit. Yeah, feminism is definitely not celebrating femininity. That's to put it lightly, for sure, Aaron. Hurricane Bear says, "Can you self-title your third album, Ty Richardstein?" Yeah, nice. I don't know if I can do that to myself. I have a couple album title ideas. I had one the other day. This is like a strong contender. It's either gonna be a song title or a an album title. But I love the word and the history behind the word berserker. Dude, Berserker is awesome. Oh my gosh. Especially if, for those of us that are bears, dude, it makes sense. Berserker, those were like the Vikings. So the Vikings had these particular guys in the group that they called them berserkers. That's awesome, Aaron. That's your. I don't think that's my ancestry. I think I'm mostly like half English, half German. I don't know. There might be a berserker in there, but these berserkers were like these totally retardedly strong guys who would just go in and freaking just destroy towns. And the word, I heard Owen Benjamin talking about this briefly, but he didn't get. I dug into the history of it further, and I wish he would have talked about this. But berserker literally means bear coats. So they had coats that were made of bears because they were the kind of guys that could just fucking kill a bear. So it means bear coats. I think some translations said wolf coats, but I think most of them were like bear coats, berserkers. And that is literally what berserker means. It's like you're wearing a bear coat because you fucking kill bears. I don't know. It's definitely violent. Like there's no way around it. I think I pitched to Owen Benjamin that he rename the Unbearables to the Berserkers, and he said no, that's too violent. But yeah. I think about that Clerks movie. I haven't seen Clerks in a long time. I didn't really get into Clerks that much. Rocky Mountain Bear says later Hurricane Bear. Yeah, it's good hanging out with you guys. Tourette's Bear is cool. I like Tourette's Bear. I've been meaning to have a conversation with her. We both got the Tourette's. I'm really going now. All right. See you, Rocky Mountain Bear. Naked into battle. Aaron says, naked into battle, frothing at the mouth on mushrooms. Yeah, they would give them like these crazy ass drugs, and then I'm pretty sure Owen Benjamin theorized that the guys are like basically like Down syndrome, like retarded dudes that have like what he calls retard strength. That'd be a cool poster too. It's like retard strength. That'd be a whole other poster idea. I'm writing that down. But yeah, then they would get them all hopped up on these special like shrooms, and they would just go ape shit. Berserkers. So part of me wants to name the album Berserkers because I just love how aggressive and awesome that is. It's just the most epic thing that I've ever heard about. It's the most bizarrely aggressive. You're talking about retard strength, jizz strength. You're talking about crazy psychedelic mushroom strength, like PCP strength. I'm imagining like an episode of Cops where the guy's like on PCP just destroying everyone. Yeah, I know the Kevin Smith movie. I just like didn't get into it that much. The Clerks and Clerks 2. Yeah. Anything else you guys want to talk about? I also thought about naming the album. I like if I can come up with a name for the album, it'll make the album better. Like if I can come up with a name now, like I came up with the name "Welcome to Flat Earth" for that album before I wrote any of the songs for it. And to me, it kind of sets a tone for the record. I was kind of trolling my dad, so I called it "Welcome to Flat Earth" because I had just learned about Flat Earth and I didn't know anything about it really. I just thought it was funny. And my dad got in a fist fight with one of his good friends in a bar. He got thrown out of the bar, and it was over an argument about flat Earth. His buddy like became a huge flat earther, And my dad gets so offended by that stuff. It's so funny. He's offended. He shits his pants over flat Earth and the fake moon landing. If you even say moon or Neil Armstrong on my dad, dude, he just spirals into a rage, and it's freaking hilarious. Yeah, he got kicked out of a bar over flat Earth, and so I found like a lot of the things that I do in my life are to kind of troll my dad, like Don Vito style, like Bam Margera style. I'm just slapping a fat man. Like one of my bands was named a certain name to troll my dad. I had a band called Bentley for a while, and it wasn't named after the car. It was named after my brother TC. He's in the Air Force now. He jumped off his bunk. My little brother, jumped off his bunk bed one day and broke his arm. And he went and got the cast on and everything. And a few months later, when they took it off, his arm was like bent. And so we just made fun of his bent arm so much, and we called him Bentley. Like Bentley, Bentley, his arm is Bentley. And And my dad got so pissed. He was so protective of TC because TC was like the baby. So he is the baby of the family. He's 8 years younger than me. So to troll my dad, my dad was like, I never want to hear you call him that name again, ever. And so I didn't ever call him that name again, but I named my band Bentley. And it was so funny. Aaron says, cool thing about the Vikings is they had no fear of death. Yes, it's badass. That's awesome. That's legit. Boingo Bear says, are you planning to come back on Instagram? Maybe. I'm definitely going to be off of Instagram for the next, probably till the end of the year. So if I get back on, I won't get back on until 2020 probably. Just because it's distracting from the more important things that I need to be doing, like the posters and the music. But I thought about maybe having an account where all I do is post the posters and I don't have any comments. I don't respond to direct messages or anything. You could email me if you wanted to. love@tyrichards.com. But yeah, I wouldn't mind like having an ambassador that I could like pass off posters to, and someone else would do that shit, because I kind of just intentionally don't want to be on it for at least a little while, but maybe forever. I don't know. I deleted my Facebook a few months ago too, so I don't know. I was having a blast, but I'm just gonna. All my accounts are gonna get deleted. Anything I do is just gonna get taken down anyway, eventually. So, Boingo Bear, you can be my ambassador if you want to. Like, what I'm doing is like bigger than memes to me. It's like I like making memes, but I prefer to I want to make things that are really like full on, fully designed, like iconic things that are more material to me. Like, I want to be making physical posters that people could buy, maybe even stickers and T-shirts as well. But I want to have like physical things. I want to bring memes to like the real world, and so Instagram kind of distracts me from that a bit. No, I'm not on Facebook anymore. I deleted my Facebook account 3 months ago, I think, 2 or 3 months ago. Yeah, Facebook is boomer central, man. It's boomer/liberal central. It's not even worth being there. Aaron says, did you grow up in Texas? Yeah, I did. I grew up in the Fort Worth area. Hollow Earth. Breaking boomers, Aaron says. Hurricane Bear says, you'll swap Instagram for Instapram. Much more fruitful. What is... I don't know what Instapram is. I don't know what that means. Boingo Bear says, sounds good, man. Generation Despair says, Saucerful Bear. Yeah, there should be like an anti-despair. Uh-oh, am I getting garbled? No, I think I'm still on. Can you guys still hear me? Aaron says, I believe anything anyone ever told me. That's true. That's the boomer way. Oh, yeah. I was going to write that down. Like anti-despair. Yeah, despair really is a sin. Dude, I got to turn the fan on. It's freaking hot in here. I'm dying. Picture is frozen. Yeah, that sucks. Let me just take this camera out. So that killed the picture, and I should be able to just turn on a regular camera. Here, I'll bring it back. I'm going to just go to my laptop camera. There we go. Try to get fancy and have my fancy camera, but it just does weird shit sometimes. Pram like a baby stroller. Oh yeah. There must be some Australian thing. I'm relaxing now. Dude, this chair is so freaking comfortable. Boingo Bear said, I shared your Islam is right about women poster on my Facebook, hoping to get banned. I don't even know if that would get you banned because it's so genuinely confusing to people. Oops. Where'd you guys go? I'm trying to find the chat. Ah, shit. I think I lost it. Let's see here. There we go. See if I'm still streaming. Aaron says he's in Houston. Austin is so progressive central, or there are real men there. Austin's super gay. I'm kind of done with it. Yeah, I don't know where I'm gonna live next. I don't know if if we're gonna stay here or not. We'll see. I don't know if we're gonna hang here. We do really like the town. I don't live in Austin anymore. I live like just outside of Austin. But so we live in a great little town outside of Austin, and have a good church, have some good friends, a lot of homeschool. Like once we started homeschool, we met some really cool people that gave me hope for, I don't know, it just gave me a lot more hope in people. Bungo Bear still has his Facebook. It lived through the meme. Saucer Fulbera said, would be cool if we have a song modeled after that old We Didn't Start the Fire tune, where you just start listing off the primary porno themes. Yeah. Yeah, a lot of these could be translated to songs too. Um, my wife inspires a lot of like the song subjects that I talk about, like Welcome to Flat Earth. My wife had a lot of input on that record. She would just be like, you talk about this a lot. You should make a song about this. Islam is right about women, says Aaron. Yeah. Boomers never forget the programming the Jew media has fed us. Yeah, it's gospel to them. Dude, I've got some great ideas here, man. So I've got some posters I could be working on. And I think I'm going to have more time to do that kind of stuff coming up here. My goal is just to have like a giant collection of this stuff, enough to make a book out of it. So, yeah, if I'd like to have at least a couple hundred. Kind of like Made by. Do y'all ever follow Made by Jim Bob? Like Made by Jim Bob, he's got like all these he does probably a cartoon a day, or at least a cartoon every couple days, and then he like compiled them all to a book, and you could buy it. I think it's like Savage Memes Volume 1, and he sells it as a book. It's pretty cool. I kind of want to buy it. I want to buy it. It'd be cool. Yeah, Jim Bob is freaking awesome. Him and Owen Benjamin and God of Lobsters are probably the only reason I was on Instagram. Anyway. Yeah, he's been on on Benjamin. He's been on Benjamin's a couple times. Dude, I want to eat candy so bad. Dude, that's my biggest vice. Like speaking of lollipops, dude, freaking candy. Not really lollipops per se, but like freaking Snickers bars. Snickers bars are my lollipops. Dude, I freaking love Snickers. Snickers and M&Ms and I don't know what's y'all's favorite candy. Do you guys eat candy? Dude, freaking Three Musketeers. Oh yeah, yeah, that's where it's at. Dude, I might have to go make a run right now. It's so good. Me and my dog have been making runs lately. We'll just go for gas station runs together. I'll go. I'll go buy candy with my dog. Freaking rules. Yeah, Snickers, dude. That's where it's at. I think there's something great about Snickers because all that shit is processed. I get it, but at least Snickers has like actual food inside of it. Like peanuts are a real thing. There's something to that. Like I think there is a reason why there's like the hungry. Why wait? There's something filling about Snickers because there's actual food inside of it that has actual sustenance. Peanuts. Not that that's like the best source of protein or whatever, but my mom is sending me text messages right now. That's weird. Me and my mom are both like night owls. It's 2 in the morning, or like, what time is it here? It's 1:30. She's sending me a text message. Homemade cookies. Yeah, that's where it's at. Oh my god, dude, this is hilarious. I need to show you guys this. Oh my god. Because this kind of applies. Oh my god. Okay, how can I get this onto the screen? Let me drag this shit onto there. Alright. I think I can show you. Let me just do... image. Yeah. Oh, dude, this is going to be great. Yeah, this is freaking hilarious. Full size. So this is every out. Oh my god. Okay, can you see this? This is the shit my mom sends me at 1:30 in the morning. So my mom makes, if you followed my Instagram before I got nuked a couple days ago by the Instagramblers, I had a few things like this on there. I would post my mom's like miniature shit. My mom makes, I don't know what you call it. I just call it miniature shit. My mom makes miniature shit for this dollhouse she has, but it's freaking hilarious because it's pretty incredible. So she's made tiny vinyl records of my 2 albums, and then I produced a couple records for my little brother as well. These are all on like Spotify. You can listen to them. That's Zillion. The one on the far left is Zillion. There's Welcome to Flat Earth in the middle. Up at the top, that was initially called, I think it was called Ty and TC. It was like just me and my brother's little side project. And then TC Richards, that's my brother. He has some stuff on Spotify that we put up, and it's actually pretty good. It's a totally different vibe. It's very like John Mayer-y, way cleaner vibe than my stuff. My stuff's a little more gnarly than his. But yeah, she makes tiny vinyl records. She sent me one the other day. It was like a tiny guitar. She made a tiny chair. I call it. It's like Rogan-sized. I mean, that's the best way to describe it. It's my mom makes stuff like specifically for Joe Rogan. So Joe Rogan, he can't really listen to records. He's not big enough. He can't handle them. Like they're so, even Joe Rogan could listen to these records and sit in her little chairs and play his little tiny guitars. Her little tiny guitars that she makes. So I'm heading to bed. What was your email again? Yeah, hit me up at anytime at love@tyrichards.com. It's not gay love at tyrichards.com. It's just love. It's okay to love. And yeah. So yeah, my mom's sending me tiny shit. I don't know. It's freaking awesome. Yeah, I'm gonna call it in from here for tonight. I'm gonna go to bed as well. Boingo Bear. So I'll see you, man. You guys have a good night. I'm going to keep cranking out the jams. And you guys keep being badasses like you are. Now, I'm trying to stop saying badass. There's a particular reason why I want to stop saying badass. Dude, this one, homeschool mom that we know, awesome lady. She, I said badass one time, and she's older. She's probably 20 years older than me, but she said something one time. She said, "Badass is not a compliment," and I thought about it, especially in context of like freaking Owen Benjamin and Joe Rogan, all this crap. Yeah, badass is not a compliment. That's what we'll leave with tonight. Badass is not a compliment. All right. Until next time, I will see you guys later. Peace.